Hello and welcome to the show. Well, listen, we are so glad that you could join us today. You know, as I said, this year is all about new beginnings, but this month is about celebrating Women's History Month. And I'm telling you what, this year, nationally, Women's History Month is about celebrating women who tell our stories. And I am just so excited about the women that you're going to hear from this month. And we're going to start with our first woman, and she is our guest for today, Miss Priscilla Bloedoorn. So I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next. Join us at the Ultimate Bridal Experience Sunday, July 23rd, 2023 at the Orangeburg County Conference Center from 1 to 4 p.m. Become an exhibitor or get your tickets. A large gathering of a variety of local and regional wedding vendors, wedding professionals, fashion show, prizes, and more. Join us for the Ultimate Bridal Experience Sunday, July 23rd, 2023. The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. Well, I told you we've got a great show planned for you. You know, this is Women's History Month. It's women who tell our stories. And so I have a phenomenal guest on. She's a devoted wife, a dedicated mother of two. She's the owner of Priscilla Apparel, Spin Nutrition, and Not Your Average Wings and more. So without further ado, I want her to come from backstage, Miss Priscilla Bloedoorn. How are you, Priscilla? Come on out.
Weeks, you guys. Tammy, you and I know that I've been admiring you from afar. God, you've been doing so many incredible things within our community. And to be honest with you, I'm so honored to be here. Like I told you, we needed to connect. And what more powerful moment than this particular month right here. So thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for being on the show. You know, you are my first woman, and I thought about it, and I told you, we just kind of text, and I was like, okay,
right.
Women's History Month. Okay. I want to celebrate you because you are one of those women that I too have admired through the years. You know, looking at you on Facebook and all the businesses that you've had, your husband, your children, the mother that you are, the wife that you are, and I want people to hear your story.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's why you are here today, and thank you, Priscilla.
I appreciate that. But yes, let's dive right into it, right?
That's
so
right.
Basically, my name is Priscilla Bloedoorn, and I may have a little accent if you were wondering. Originally from Ghana, West Africa. I've been in this country about 15 years. I came here in 2007 via a visa lottery program. And if you're wondering what that is basically when you go to school in Ghana and you're done with high school, it's a sponsorship event that America does for students. And if you apply and you win, you get to come here. You have all your papers legally. Okay, so that's how I got here. And upon arriving in 2007, first of all, I've always admired America and all, like it literally has so much opportunities that for me, I felt like I wouldn't have had back home if I just, stayed there after high school. So it was really important for me to embark on that journey. So literally how I won that lottery, it was so funny. A friend of mine from my school, she just gave me these forms. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that. I don't believe in that. It's too many people. What are the odds? I mean, over 100,000 people fill out this form. Okay. So I was just not interested, but clearly I'm here because it's destined to be, right? So yes, came down here. I literally stayed with my uncle for about 2 years. And I was working, literally started from the bottom. When they say started from the bottom, that is my story. Worked at Burger King for $6.75 an hour, never forget. Bought my first car. I saved everything I had. I remember my Dodge Neon, $2,000, bought it out of cash with my check, okay? And so then I was able to commute to school. I went to Trident, was trying to go for nursing, all while, within all the period of time, found my husband. We were friends then, obviously. He was going to CSU, and we just connected really well. And then he just, I didn't know anybody. I mean, here I am, a brand new African, 19 years old, left my family, had nobody. And then I met him. And when I say he showed me a good time, I didn't even know what a mall was. He took me there. So it literally feels like I came here and just started over. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, fast forward from Burger King, we're going to school, had 3 jobs from Crown Plaza, BCBG, and also, what I had 3 jobs. What was the third one? I can't even remember. That's how long it was been. But then doing all that and going to school, like I cannot tell you how difficult that was, but I was so determined. But then I quickly realized that no matter how great you are working, clocking in for people, no matter how much of a hard worker you are, it was just not gonna be enough. I would get raises and I'll ask for more, and then I literally kept hearing you at your max. So when my husband joined the military and we moved to Louisiana, that's when I got there, I said, I need to start thinking about what I could do to work for myself, because there's nothing like putting in that time, you know what I mean? That effort, because I'm African, we work, okay? We're not scared to work. So for me, putting in all that time and energy and effort into, several businesses and places I've worked, and I just felt like it's only going to go a quarter a year, 50 cents a year. It just wasn't doing it. So, and then another thing, my husband and I, and it's really good to also kind of be in an alignment with people that, you feel like you can grow with. That was my husband. When we got to Louisiana, I found out I was with the child with my daughter. And when we found that out, we knew we didn't want to go back to work. We decided that I'm either going to be a stay-home mom or, and him go be the breadwinner. And it was just going to work that way no matter what. Right. So in Louisiana, that's what we were doing. My daughter came, beautiful baby girl, was a gymnast now. She's really good too, y'all. But so when she came in, I decided I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom. But when you come from a background of just always working, something about being a stay-at-home mom just doesn't do it for you. Right. So when we were leaving Louisiana back to Charleston, my husband, closer to family, of course, he's still military, but Charleston is where his family is from. Okay. So I was like, okay, if we move home, we could either get the help, closer to people, and then I can go back to work. So then the thought about going back and clocking in and all that, I'm like, okay, I said I wasn't going to do this. So then what is it? And then at that time too, when you become a mom, you have some weight to lose and all this good stuff. So I started looking into multi-level marketing. I'm really great with people. I was like, I'm such a people person. I have great energy. So Herbalife is where I started from. I met a coach, this girl. First of all, she sold me on these products that really worked for me. I looked incredible. I lost so much weight and beyond. People literally started asking me, what are you doing? So then I was like, maybe this is it. I want a purpose being a stay-at-home mom. You know what I mean? I love my kids, but I did not just want a purpose where I can just take them to school and then go. I wanted something that I could build with them together. So when I found Herbalife and I realized, this is really simple. You can, you can go as much as your effort. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, well, if I start a mom group, bringing a lot of moms together with strollers, it started right here. I lived in Nexton when we moved back, right? So I figured if we could go on a stroller walk and meet in the park and start working out, I can slowly build this clientele, which it did. When I tell you in the beginning, only 1 or 2 people will show up, I started feeling discouraged. I was like, this is not going to work. This is crazy. No one is coming out. Let me just quit. But I didn't. Stood with it, kept going, kept showing up. Okay. And then eventually grew. And then Spin was born. When the group grew into such a big, large crowd, I remember I would bring them to my house, to my garage, and make them shakes. Right. My husband is like, we can't keep bringing strangers to our home for shakes. So we're going to have to figure out a way to, either, I think this is it. So when Spin happened, I found this location downtown Somerville. First of all, I was the only Black-owned business on the block. For those of you who don't know where downtown Summer is, literally right by the YMCA.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people know it. They used to put an ice skating rink like right across the street. That was my store with all the glasses. So when that started, when I tell you from build out, I had my children behind my back. My son was 3 months then. I built that place from scratch. Like when my daughter painting, I have photos of her painting my wall. I have her, stocking up. And it was just like, this is exactly what I envisioned. So Spin Nutrition was just there where people would come in.
Wow. So, when you talk about your business and I hear the excitement, people want to know what is that element that pushed you to say, this is what's going to work. This is what I'm going to do. What was that?
So, it's such a great question. It's so funny. So when I decided that, stay home mom was great, but I just needed purpose. Okay. It was do or die. I remember signing my lease at that place and I sat on that floor and cried. This is like between you and I have to be transparent here. Okay.
Oh, yes.
I sat on that floor and I sobbed so much because I was like, what have I done? I just committed to 3 years of a lease that regardless of whether I have a customer or not, I have to show up for myself, for the business, and of course the landlord.
Okay.
So that drive was honestly failure. I told myself that no matter what, it is do or die. You know what I mean? So failure was that I was like, I'm not giving myself any reason to doubt myself because obviously when I fail myself too, right? Not only failing these moms that I brought along with me, but I literally am failing myself. So failure was that drive. That hunger was literally driven by failure.
Wow. So failure was not an option.
It was not an option for me.
It was not an option.
I thought about, I'm tired, I'm sick, I can't go. I'm like, nope, you got
to get up and go.
Fail. You're going to go. You got to go.
And that's your work ethic. That's your work ethic.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's your work ethic.
Yes.
So let me ask you this question. As you're talking, I'm listening to you. Is there anything you would have done differently?
To be honest with you, absolutely not. If you ask me to go, actually, I'm so sad that I didn't start it sooner. I really am. Because, just 5 years I was a Spin, the relationships, the women, I poured into so many and they poured back into me. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, wow, how did I wait? How did I came here 2007. Spin didn't happen till 2018. Okay. So what was the reason? And again, maybe my kids had a big, role to play in it because again, I just really wanted to be a hands-on. And then again, I know that not everyone has that opportunity to just up and say, oh, I got to do something where I bring my kids with me, but I had the support from my husband, you know what I mean? So it was a little easier coming from a two income household and all that. I mean, two parent household, because if in the event that, I couldn't do anything, he was there to support or help with the children or, any help goes a long way.
Right.
So it was really important to have that alignment together, to decide together, to say, you know what, this is what we're going to do. And that's what I really think that helped me be as successful as I got with Spin.
Wow. And as we're talking about Spin, I mean, you have Prissy Apparel. And then when we come back from the break, I want to talk about the wing.
Yes. And then the transitioning from there to dish it all out.
Yes. I want to hear about that.
Yes. Absolutely.
We're going to take a break, Priscilla, and we're going to come right back. Okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
My name is Randy Dantrell Heath, and you are watching The Tammy Show.
Welcome back to the show. I tell you, if you are just joining us, we are celebrating Women's History Month, women telling our stories. And I have a phenomenal woman, Miss Priscilla Bloedoorn, owner of Not Your Average Wings and More, and plus her other businesses. You know, before we went to the break, you were talking about Spin Nutrition.
Yes.
You're talking about how you got into the business. But now I want to move fast forward because now you are in Somerville, South Carolina still.
Yes.
You are the owner of Not Your Average Wings and More. And
Yes.
I hear your wings are like,
Oh, it is mouth-watering. It's so good. I mean, the thought process and the wing. First of all, we don't have anything frozen, so you already know that you're getting that freshness with the wings. We have over 34 flavors, so you know it's not boring. We have sides like cheesy grits, waffles, fried okra. Pickles, you name it. So it's not boring at all. We have catfish for the catfish lovers. We have shrimp for the shrimp lovers as well. And then we don't have the huge jumbo wings. It's the medium. So everything that went into that whole wing stuff, it was very thoughtful. And you haven't tried it, but you're missing out.
I'm coming. I'm coming down there. I'm gonna text you.
And we could have you
on the way. So,
yes.
Priscilla, talk about how you started the wing business, because you were from Spin and you still do Spin.
Yes.
But now you're in the wing business.
Right.
Is that your love of cooking? How did that start?
So basically, honestly, when the wing business came out, and everything that you do, we start Spin, just like as people, we like to evolve, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when I started Spin, I knew that going in, it was just going to be a starter. Spin built lots of relationships for me. Spin built lots of, connections for me, where I figured, you know what, it's time to take it to the next level. You know what I mean? Everyone loves protein shakes. Everyone loves to lose weight, but that's not something that's an all year round business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's hot in the first of the year with the resolutions. Then it comes back around a little bit in the spring, and then all of that. You know what I mean? So in my head, and whenever I would train people, what do you like to do? Oh, wings. Where do you like to go? Wings. I was like, okay, well, this could possibly be something that would be lucrative. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and then the price point too, compared to an $8 shake that's where it ends. With wings, there is no cap. You can get anywhere from 10 to 100. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's just the demand is what people want. If you're coming from a business, then obviously you want a larger quantity wing. So in my head, what can I do? I've worked enough. I feel like I paid my dues. 5 years has been. What can I do to elevate, to move on, to grow bigger? You know what I mean? And then also have more time to myself, because I was indeed working 6 days a week over there because I ran it all by myself. Right. So with the wing business, where it kind of runs itself with employees and all that, it gives me that time to be away and spend with my kids and my family or whatever else I want to do.
That's right. And that's my next question. How do you handle life and balancing? Oh,
man, I love it. Honestly, employees have been a little hectic right now because I think everyone is suffering, as business owners, finding people to work. But so far, I have an incredible team, and they are all really, really great. I'm literally there Monday and Tuesday, and then that's it. Unless, of course, things come up and then they need me and then all that good stuff. But honestly, even though I'm there Monday, Tuesday, the work doesn't stop. You know, as we go, you got to market, you got to knock on several doors to get products in there. You got to go to schools, you got to go and help with fundraisers, you got to go to plants and invite them in. And it's big, but it's not where I wanted to be yet. So even though I'm there a couple days a week, the work doesn't stop. Exactly. I'm still behind the scenes, just knocking and trying to get more people, you know, to see it.
And you know that I like the point that you made, the work doesn't stop, because people think when you are a business owner, and most people go into business, and I'm not going to say most, some people go into business because they think, oh, well, now I can work for myself. I can have time, I can do this. But it is the opposite.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The work doesn't stop because, again, think about it this way. It's like one of those things where it's like a ripple effect. You go and you give out 100 invites to people, 10 is going to show up. Do you stop? You don't, right? You continue to, you know, just continue knocking them more because, like, I'll give you an example, and I'm very visual and I pay attention to a lot. I remember looking at the people that are coming in now because, you know, we've been on the radio, I've been on the TV for a commercial, and all of this is all resources that people that I knew from Spin. So it's really important to really value those relationships. Even here today, Tammy, you know, I've known you for how long now, following you for how long now, and to actually finally be here today, that lets me know that you don't take relationships for granted. You know what I mean? And it's so important. So being on the TV, being on the radio, it's bringing people in. But like I said, it doesn't mean that the work stops, because eventually if those people stop coming, you are in a lease for a long time. You are constantly got to talk to new, to cycle those people in. Because when you don't talk to those new people and then the old people are getting tired of eating wings, then what? Do you not have a business then?
Exactly.
So it's really important that you really strategize, and then, you know, kind of, and when you feel like things are slowing down, keep knocking, and plant those seeds. That's how I operate. I stay planting seeds so that way my garden is never empty. So
I love it. I love it. I love that. So I love that. So let me ask you this. You know, we're talking about women.
Yes.
And what woman do you look up to?
Oh man, I know this is going to sound super cliche and everyone says that. But when I tell you my mom is one of the strongest people I know, listen, I can call that lady any day and I don't even have to speak, and she knows exactly what I need. Strong is an understatement. And when I look at her, I'm just like, I want to be just like you. Like, I'm just scratching the surface. She is just so much in one person. And I'm just like, this is just a little tip. Come in here by myself. I remember, and you know, back home, I went to a boarding school, right? Boarding school, if you don't know what that is, it's like high school. You practically go there, you by yourself. I will call, like, come pick me up. I'm done. I can't do this. It's just like, think about it. You know, the woman is going to make you the strong. And you know what? I didn't realize that all that is going to play a role back in my fast forward after high school. I came to this country by myself. It was easy to just fold or just say, you know what? I have no support here. You know, but anytime I'll call, Mommy, I can't do it. Mommy, it's time, you know, I want this and I'm here and I'm lonely and I miss you guys. And she just always had the word. So I'm so grateful for her. She is so strong. I posted about her this morning. I was just like, I can't think of it. I mean, I have so many speakers. I love listening to a lot of motivational speakers and all that, but nothing compared to what I get from my mom. It's crazy. Prayer, my prayer warrior, my shoulder to cry on, my everything. She just has it. And I don't know how she does it, but she does. I can't hear you.
I said, is mom still in Ghana?
Yes, mom is still in Ghana.
Wow.
Yes, mom is still in Ghana.
I'm gonna have to, next time you go to Ghana, I'm gonna have to tag along.
Oh, absolutely. I have a beautiful project started over there. And when that's finished, I'm telling you, I'm going to be that plug to bring everybody. I want to bring people home anyway, because I think it's time for people to really go back and see their roots. And, you know, Ghana happens to be one of the amazing places that, you know, Cape Coast Castle is actually where the slaves left to Charleston. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of history if you are like into that. So absolutely, you are welcome with me anytime.
Most definitely, most definitely. So you know what? I want to ask you, because I know a lot of the viewers are wanting to know what's the advice that you would give someone who's trying to become an entrepreneur. You kind of
absolutely. I know it's very scary, okay, when you think about an idea and in your head you feel like, oh, this is silly. Oh, nobody's going to support this. Oh, but you're going to have to see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when people talk about visions, Tammy, my vision and what I see is not the same vision that you see. That's because it's not your eyes. You know what I mean? So when you think about that vision and you feel like it's going to be a good plan and you're seeing it because in your head, you're constructing all of that. So you're going to have to see, because when you see that vision and you feel like, all right, this is it, there is nothing that anyone can do to discourage that. Because at the end of the day, you see it. You know what I mean? They don't. So I can share an idea with you and you're like, oh, I don't think it's a great idea. But you don't see it because it's not yours to see.
Exactly.
So I always tell people, like, I ran into so many hurdles with this wing spot. So many. That I just was like, there's no way this is happening. But I started doing this thing where I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I see myself there. I'm going to work. I'm opening that. Anytime I'll drive by, because it's in a very prime area. I sit at that stop sign. I'm like, yep, that's my business. Like, I'll take videos of it. It's just one of those. I'm going to see it. I'm going to speak it into existence until it comes to pass for me. You know what I mean? And there was nothing anyone could tell me that I wouldn't, that made me feel like, okay, you know what, maybe all the hurdles is making it a bad idea. So you're going to have to see it.
That's right.
Don't just think about it, but think about it, see it, and put that plan into action.
Materialize it, get it in your head, as you said, and really see yourself doing it. Just like you said, you saw yourself with this board, painting, everything put together. What's next for you, Priscilla?
Oh man, I have a lot of things in the works. I can't speak about a few of them, but today I was on the cover of Charleston Women. I know it's a very big deal. When I was at Spin, Charleston Women is a magazine that I've always admired. Okay, but back then you had to pay to have like a cover or like a little segment in there. So to sit here this morning, I was actually talking before I came on the call. One of my girlfriends, Shavana, she's the one of the representatives for Melanated Monday. It's a huge Facebook group that is doing phenomenal things in the community as well. And she called me. She said, I can't believe, because I used to model her way back then. She said, this is huge. And when she said that to me, I had to really feel like, oh my God, this actually happened today. A magazine that I remember I wanted to be in it, but I had to pay to be in it. But today I got invited to be on it. That's a big deal.
That's right.
That's a big deal. So it's a lot of things in the works for me that I can't speak about right now, but it's just watch out for Priscilla.
Well, you're going to come back,
Yes.
You're going to come back and talk with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Going on.
Absolutely. And maybe I'll update you off air what's happening.
Thank you. And KJ, listen, you got to admire it. KJ said, that's awesome. I love how dedicated you are to everything that you're doing. I like how our minds are alike. Keep up the great work. Thank you, KJ.
Thank you. Thank you. Then the encouragement is much needed. Sometimes you don't think you are doing it. So when you hear from people, it's a big deal. Like
that's right.
I said, before I came on air, I didn't even think this morning, even though it was such a big moment, I didn't really take it in. So she called me like, what just happened? And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, congratulations. So my last question for you.
Yes.
What 3 words that describe you?
Oh man, Priscilla's a go-getter. Priscilla is such a go-getter. Priscilla is a dreamer.
Dreamer.
Don't stop dreaming. I dreamt about being in America and I'm here. I dreamt about owning my shop and I did it. I dreamt about being in a magazine and I did that. Yes. I dreamt about being on your show and I'm here.
Yes. And what's the third thing?
And then the third thing, so go get it, dream, and just don't stop knocking. Knock on them doors, no matter what that looks like, because you never know which one is going to be that door of opportunity for you. And when it shuts in your face, keep knocking. Knock on the next ones.
That's it. Your word is don't stop.
Yeah, just don't stop. Keep going. Keep pushing. Because the right one will open. And when that right one opens, I promise you, it will be a door of no return. I promise.
Inspiration.
It's going to happen.
Inspiration, Priscilla.
Thank you.
Listen, Priscilla, we want to show people your handles, your IG, your Facebook, and also that they know how to get in touch with you. And where is Where is your wing stop?
Yes, so my wing spot is located the easiest for everyone that's local at the old Sticky Fingers. The old Sticky Finger building now has it's got 3 restaurants now, which is mine in the middle. It's right in between Kairos and Azul. So if you know where the Kairos and Azul and the Nothing But Cakes parking lot and Burn Boot Camp, you're right there. We're right there in the middle. We're very welcoming. We're gonna love to have every single one of you. The wings are amazing, and it's 1200 North Main Street for my GPS lovers.
Well, listen, I'm coming, and I'm gonna text you and let you know when
Absolutely
I'm on the way.
Absolutely.
I can
Thank
use
you.
about right now, Priscilla.
Yeah.
Listen, Priscilla, you are amazing, and thank you so much for being on the show. This has been great. You are telling us our stories and so transparent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Listen, the best to your husband and your children and your business. If there's anything that we can do on the Tammy Show, or me, all you have to do is call. You got
absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It feels good to have that community support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Such an honor to be here.
Oh, it's an honor to have you, Shavana.
Oh, that's her. They tuned in.
Yeah, thank you so much. Listen, I'm telling you, I am so excited about all that you're doing. And like I said, if there's anything that I can do, and again, Priscilla, I love you. May God continue to bless you, and thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have a great one. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Priscilla. All right, folks, listen, you heard it right here. Priscilla Bloedoorn, what a phenomenal woman. I mean, coming from Ghana, you heard the story. That's what we're talking about this month. It's about Women's History Month, but it's about telling our stories. And she told you this phenomenal story. So if you don't do anything else, wow, do what she says. Don't stop. Dream. Be a go-getter. And so that's what it's all about. Listen, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in to Tammy. Next week, you're going to meet another phenomenal woman. Her name is Shanika Aiken. And Ms. Aiken, I tell you, she's got a story to tell you. Thank you to the producers, Alicia, my assistant producers, Tiana, Willie, and Felicia. I love you very much. And please remember to subscribe to the Tammy TV Show YouTube channel. Let's be a blessing to somebody today and every day. And I want you all to have a safe and wonderful week, okay? Remember that. Thank you all for tuning in. Until the next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.